All right, click the links to join the YouTube channel. Can't remember, check out the subscribe star, the various other links. Thanks to the recent members. So CNN, Forbes, and a bunch of other when this came out, they gave this thing just the massive glowing reviews, and not just like reviews for the content of the movie, but also for the financials of it. Like, this movie's way ahead of predictions, or it's doing great. I'm like, all right, we'll see how that. It sounds good. It sounds like it's right on track to be a contender. And the audience scores, I think, gave it 99%, and even the reviewers themselves gave it 95%, which is a little bit of a, I don't know, confirmation bias, because like, you're only going to see this movie to see what you want to see, and if you're not like in this, if you just, most people who are not into this are just not going to see the movie at all. They're not going to engage with it. So the media's was saying how successful the movie was because, the media has an agenda to push. The agenda is basically F Whitey. That honestly is pretty much it. Also, to put something like, put your boy in a dress and sterilize him and turn him into a catamite. Everything is fake and lighthearted and frivolous. The Woman King is a absolute waste of a few dozen actors and a lot of money. In globalist propaganda terms, it's a bridge too far. The true history of the Dahomey is out there. You can crack an encyclopedia and take a little look-see at it. And if you look at it online, you're going to have to go through a few search results to get an honest an older, not that, oh, this history of the Dahomey is just published yesterday. It's like, yeah, go back a little bit further than that. You go through half a dozen search results before you find the true history of it, where they're not viewing it through rose-colored glasses, which the stuff that came out within the past few months is very much doing that. So this is a fictional movie, of course, except the only problem with that is it's not a fictional universe. It's not a fictional setting. It's based on real people, a real tribe, a real setting, real historical events, but it unfortunately changes the most important part of the story. So that changes it from a movie into propaganda, like pure in your face, like whip your thing out and slap somebody in the face with it levels of propaganda. Like, slap you in the face propaganda. It's that much propaganda. It's not a movie. I mean, it's insane. If you crack the history and then go watch the movie, you're like, what the hell did I just? Oh, you saw propaganda. It's like, hey, welcome to 1975 Russia. This is what you would see, or this type of thing. But it fails as propaganda because the true story is so easily discoverable. Like a half-hour research, you're like, what the hell is going on? This is like legitimately scary that this is where we are right now. You're making a movie like this. And to a lot of people in that community's credit, even them are coming out and going like, "This is insane. You can't like this. It doesn't help us to push something that is so easily disproven. It doesn't help anyone. I like, this is an L. This is just an L. There's so many L's that go around with a movie like this. Maybe it helps the individual actors and that kind of thing, because it's like, if you had a good role in the movie, it doesn't matter if the movie's bad or propaganda. The thing is, it's what happens when people drink the globalist Kool-Aid and they start confusing a narrative for the truth. Right now, the media and those schools, government school, they're public schools. No, they're government schools, and that was one of the biggest mistakes was allowing the Board of Education. Oh, so how effective were you on education levels? Well, not that. We need more taxpayer money. Maybe government schools was a bad idea. Maybe private school models would be much better. But then we can't brainwash people into believing the exact same. I mean, we can't educate people to the same standards. Did you mean we can't brainwash people into accepting the same narrative? Who's fuck it, no one's saying. So government schools are so hard to stay within the YouTube navigational guidelines. I'm gonna be pissed when I get kicked off YouTube. Be like, hey, congratulations, you finally made $100 a month on YouTube. I mean, I didn't get into YouTube for the money, but it's like, congratulations, now you're invited to leave. Oh, okay, well, that's kind of a bummer. It's anyway. So these schools and the media are teaching globalist propaganda about loosely blonde man bad, and that he is to blame for everything. Well, that is a lie from from globalists with a agenda. The truth is out there, but it requires old books and alternative media. Oh no, we got to censor and ban all the deplatform, all that alt media. Why, Jankowicz? Because only we have access to the truth. But if you have access, if you have the ability to censor other people, won't you just use it to advance your interest? No, 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 no. I'll be completely fair and impartial. That's not how humans work. That's why we need a balance of powers. And it's not politically correct because the schools and media brainwashed you into accepting the concept of political correctness or hate speech or whatever their Frankfurt School, Saul Alinsky, cultural Marxist terms. There is no such thing. Those are tools to manipulate you through fear, to compel your behavior through social media pressure. If you're not on board with this, we'll just dox you, get you fired, destroy your life. Okay, well, I guess the public face has to be on board with this. It's like eventually they're going to assign social credit to the shows you watch and the shows you don't watch. We can't help but notice that you downvoted this YouTube video, and we tracked your IP address. Like, are we already there? Yeah, we're already there because the Woman King. Learn the history of the Woman King, and I got to be careful with what I can say on YouTube, and then go watch the movie. You can find it online. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, this is insane. Yeah, friend. This is form in groups. Form in groups. Legal, constitutionally protected activity. The thing is, everything has to be on the tables, you know, the open marketplace of ideas, the disinfecting sunlight sort of thing. Otherwise, things get out of balance. To be so delusional to make the Woman King is only possible when you're in an alt-left echo chamber. Stop getting high on globalist propaganda. Learn the truth and then make a decision. But I read Roots. I saw the TV show. I know everything I need to know. Roots was a lie. Go investigate the lawsuit. The story was plagiarized from an earlier book. I think it was written from early turn of century. I think it was either called the Ethiopian or the African. The author was a fraud, but he was also manipulated by some very bad people who had a narrative to push. The book was a lie. The TV show was a lie, pushed by people to foment discord. It's not true because you want it to be true. The truth isn't what you want it to be. The real question is, why were the publishers and producers pushing a lie that they knew were a lie? They found a useful idiot in the way of the author. But he wrote a book. He can't be a useful idiot. You know, here's a briefcase full of money. Be a useful idiot. You're like, okay. I will be a useful idiot. You're going to sue you for plagiarism. You know, even after you paid out, which adjusted for inflation would have been millions of dollars, and I'm sure the money from the TV show. It's like, wait, you made a TV show based on a lie? Well, yeah, because you had a narrative to push, but it's all a lie, and you hopped up a group of people to hate another group of people, and it's all based on a lie. Well, that story is the story behind the story. Now you know the rest of the story. Don't date yourself with that one. But the lie is halfway around the world before the truth gets its boots on. People know the media is lying to them, but they don't really accept how big the lie is. Repeating lies 10,000 times doesn't make it true. It just pisses people off when they learn the truth. And, you know, you got to go look for the truth to find the truth. And the thing is, now the white pill is that we have tools available on social media, like the low buy-in point of technology to get a counter narrative out there. Like, no, something like me and this little thing does not have the outreach of you know, Hollywood, but there's you know, a million of people like me to put this counter narrative out there on all these alt media platforms. So you know what we lose in reach, we make up for in numbers to push out this counter narrative. Make a movie about the Dahomey tribe, tell the truth, and destroy the media lies. Telling the truth about the Dahomey or the Barbary slave trade or the horrors of Bolshevism will make people shocked at how much the government, schools, and Hollywood has lied to them. Let's break it down systematically. The Woman King narrative is a lie. You can go learn the truth yourself. In fact, most of the history of around that issue is a lie. But I watched it on TV. It can't be a lie because I want to believe it. So the media, they made this movie about that is a blatant lie. So now to shift the blame away from the Africans onto the Portuguese or the English or the French or whoever, the movie is out there. It can never be erased from history, but it is an outright piece of propaganda, but it still exists. So if this movie is a lie, then other movies are also lies, some of them. Books as well, the example Roots, it was, was related, but it's reasonable to assume that many other books and films are also going to be presented as the truth, but are actually lies. So extrapolate from that. Roots is still out there. The book, the new publication of the book, which is still in publication for some reason, comes with a preamble explaining that it's plagiarized. But people still read it. It's still published. It's fiction, but it's presented as historical fiction. It's still out there influencing behavior, and it's a lie that someone sued, won a judgment, and collected on a plagiarized lie. Where are the books on shows, TV shows about the Barbary slave trade or the atrocities of the Bolsheviks? Or hell, you want to go to World War II? What about the Japanese? Hollywood ignores the horrors of communism and the other Abrahamic religion that must not be mentioned. No, it's not Christianity. The colonization of that the people who were pushing the Barbary slave trade. Why do you think they ignore those things? Don't say it in the comments, for God's sakes. Go to Telegram. You can't. Please be careful in the comments. YouTube is asshole. Yes, YouTube knows your dog whistles. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the recent subscribe, star support, and the Cash App from you know who you are, and the members of YouTube. You guys are the real heroes, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.